you know? There we go. Like touch the outside edge, and maybe it'll come up to like here even, doesn't have to be down there. Yeah, we'll just kind of follow that edge down to like here. And then, yeah, we can come up like that. Be down here like that. So a lot of people would like to maybe just do this as a normal, but I'm like, if you got like a few extra polygons, why not just do it in 3D? And there's no need to go and do it all in ZBrush. I mean, you could, very easily, you could do all of this in ZBrush, but I mean, I don't know. I've been trying to get out of the habit of ZBrush, and I feel like it definitely adds to the creative process when you can't just say like, screw it, I'll just do it in high poly and then make it in low poly. Like, it starts making every polygon feel more intentional, you know what I mean? It's just like in art school when they tell you like to stop using pure black because it's a crutch and it prevents you from learning proper values, you know? Alright, cool. So, we need to find where our curves are. They're probably somewhere deep in there. That's fine. So we'll just see. Now we can't see it through that, so we're just gonna have to do it like this. Okay, that's not a bad thing. All right. Let's actually do that with symmetry on, because that'll make this whole process a lot faster. And it'll also give us a more accurate representation. Alright. And what we can do with these edges that are not round but need to be is we can use chamfer, I don't know. Someone with a better vocabulary than me can probably pronounce it accurately. Yeah, we'll just click that bad boy. Yeah, let's actually scoot that over. We'll make that kind of like our middle piece. Alright, so if that's like, okay. So let's say that this is like our bottom part of our wing. And then we gotta connect this to that. Do that. Select that, move that over. Yeah, we'll just do that so we can use both of those should we need to. Alright, and then... And really, like, these vertices don't matter. They don't need to be set for anything since they're not going to be deforming. At least not how we're going to use them anyways. They're not going to be deforming. Alright. Let's get in there. We'll move that. And we'll just cut that last one in. Alright, so I know it's kind of hard to see, but we do have our bat shape all set to go. And what we'll do real fast is we'll just select all those faces that make up our bat shape. kind of struggling to see what I did. Ah, I see. So that's not part of this. Whoa. Yep, there we go. I don't know why I was hitting Alt for that. Alright, cool. There we go. So we got like a cool little bat emblem, as you can see here. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit extrude. We're gonna increase the thickness a little bit. What we can do is we can change the offset so that it's kind of more in the center there. So we'll do that. And then what we can do for these wings, what we can do for these wings is we can pull those out just a little bit and give them kind of that 3D look. And we'll harden those edges because we want those to be kind of rough looking. And yeah, we could select all these here. Whoa, alright, so symmetry lied to me. Alright, yep, we'll just select all those, and then I don't know what to do after that. We could hit soften edge. That's a place to start, right? I don't know. Don't know. So soften. Oh. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, this is like really tedious, and you don't have to do this, but I mean, I would. Yeah. Maybe these are not like not proper. Let's soften on all of those. Alright, and then for this bad boy, we're gonna delete the history just real fast, so because I see it building up over there, and it's, trust me, it builds up more in the back of your mind than anywhere else. And that's the last place you want it. Okay, so we're just gonna select all these vertices. Yeah. We'll hit soften. Alright. Yeah, so I know you guys can see it too, but this like little tail bit looks like it's coming out a little too far. So we'll bring that out, and we'll bring these in, or we'll bring these out, and we'll bring this in. And hopefully do it all at the same time. Whoa, there we go. Yeah, and then yeah, we'll just maybe like rotate it a little bit, like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not hating it. That's actually very livable. All right, not bad. And then now we can actually do something really fun that I like. So and this really depends on how hardcore you want to go. I'm just gonna hit Control S because I realize I've been going a long time without hitting save, which is a bad idea. We'll minimize that. Bring that bad boy down. Oh, still got our symmetry on. Let's turn that off. Okay. So I was thinking we could either do like a cape, or we could do kind of like a scarf, considering this isn't necessarily Batman. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a cape. So there's a couple of ways to do capes. It all depends on what your goal or what the look is that you're trying to achieve. I have a couple of different ways that I like to deal with fabrics. We don't need to use Marvelous Designer, although I do highly recommend it. It can be a pain in the ass to get it all set up the way that you need to, especially if you need to keep coming back and working on stuff. But if you only need to do it once, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's actually about equal amount of pain in the ass. Yeah, no, I would highly recommend Marvelous Designer for cloths of any sort. Come in here. We're just kind of rotating these edges so that they sit where they're supposed to. And like stuff like this where it clips through, I mean, you only need to worry about that if you need to stay under like a certain polygon limit. And luckily here, since we're just doing this for fun, we don't have one. So we can go as high or as low as we want. And for right here, I actually do want to kind of stay low just to fit with the style. It's not necessarily anything to do with a particular look that I want, because if we wanted to, I mean, we could go and redo this texture and even redo Wraith King's model, do higher resolution normal mapping, give him a different kind of look here. But we're not going to do that because we don't need to. Alright, and we can move this over. And maybe, here's the plan, is that we'll actually latch these onto the emblem. You know? Because I actually think that Wraith King has, like, cape-driven physics that he can use. I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I actually knew. I've never worked on a set for Wraith King before, as you can tell. Alright, grab this. Alright. So this is not very low poly right here, but that's okay, because that's not what we're doing at the moment. Because we can always modify this topology and go for something that's more economic. Let's bring that bad boy down. What I want to have is I want to model in a crease down the middle here, kind of like a little space. So we'll manually model that, and then afterwards I'll show you guys how to use end cloth to do that. And end cloth is actually, it's pretty decent for simulating cloth if you need to go for that, but I don't know. If you're going for something stylized, I would recommend against it, because it's a little too on the realistic side, if that makes sense. Like, you want to have your models based on realism and not actually realistic, if that makes sense. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense. Alright, so we're just finding a center point there so that we can... Alright. Yeah, so there's a problem, and what the problem is that we need to delete history, and we need to freeze transformation, and then there we go. Oh man, I haven't heard this song in forever.